Welcome everyone to my new video presentation on Avalanche cryptocurrency out there looking for discovering the price prediction for December 2023 from the most rational standpoint possible. We're going to look into the numbers and the language of the market, which is having the ability to show us which are the dominant numbers and energies out there today, including for December 2023. So AVAX is actually dominating the space for the past 30 days on a 105% increase, which is also a very good sign that we are at 51% for the past 7 days, including the 31% for the past 24 hours. This cryptocurrency right here is having an extremely good time. Before we get into the topic, make sure to follow me on my main channel, where we have all sorts of trading videos, live trading, presentations, and details, including our AI bot trading that you can participate, and the one-on-one coaching program as well. I'm going to talk about both of this at the end of the video, so stick with me for the most important details to discover the fact that on the daily candlesticks, Avalanche is having a good time. And why is it so? Well, we're actually dealing with a lot of the indicators out there that could be portrayed on the charts, but I'm trying to make this as simple as possible with meaningful details. The number one thing is a downtrending line that starts from the top left corner, has a couple of connection points, and ends with a breakout that is retested during the daily candle that has been completing the breakout just like 2 days ago. That breakout is actually the representation of the force which actually triggered a parabolic movement, because Avalanche has moved till that point as well with ups and downs, but something triggered the market in a total different way. And this was the position towards the resistance line, very close to it, and the force of a breakout that determined the continuation. On top of that, we're actually trading above 200 days moving average. We have found support from the 200 days moving average. That's the blue line. This one is the 200 days moving average. And we have been confirmed by other indicators and details, which are not here, especially the ones which are very comprehensive, that we are actually clearly at the beginning of a domination that is going to push. Now, that beginning, obviously, is already 52% away in 3 days. So we're talking about a number which is not small for a very short period of time, but for the altcoins, especially like this, AVAX, it is a usual one when we talk about a rally. So you're not supposed to be surprised or expecting lower numbers, or think about this is actually exactly how the bull run movement looks, because we are in a pre-bull run market rally, as I spoke in my other videos, which means that any other comparison has to be done specifically with previous price action. 108% increase during a rally in the bear market. Let me share with you, 125% increase. Obviously, it took a little more days, 50 days out there to complete that, but that's 125 right there on the table. What's happening here already? It's 113 in 24 days. So as we can see, Avalanche used to deal with these numbers every single time the crypto space had a bullish rally, which is no surprise. What's the deal behind December, and what are the things we must be very careful of? Well, number one is any potential retracement to the golden pocket, which is supposed to react positively with bullish energy, buying energy, that would trigger a bouncing back into the resistance at the top. This is a supply zone that we have, anything around $20 up to $22. It is $2, which is 10% of the price action, representing at any point of those prices a specific market condition. That condition will be triggered with selling pressure because it's finding supply at that level. It's a zone of supply. It is major, and it has been with us since 535 days. So we're actually not talking about a lack of significancy or meaningfulness behind the pattern at all. We're actually talking about something that must raise an alarm for those of you which are over leveraged, for those of you that have not secured their position, for those of you that are trying to long into the existence of the resistance. You need to consider the following structure. The markets are portraying the situations where you can be in advantage or disadvantage towards the activity. You can be totally in a disadvantageous situation and sit there, hope the money is going to come, which often and most of the time is not going to come, which is why it's called a disadvantageous situation, because at the end of the day, it will generate you a loss by you being in the wrong direction and the wrong time in that trade. It will generate you a loss. At the same time, people that made money from advantageous situations need to know the fact that when they fight against the market, when they fight against the opposition, which is the other energy at that time, they have to dominate the space very clearly. There is no room for a very close fight, which could be even, which could represent a mixture of lack of clarity. You know, when two fighters, for example, in a boxing game, we have both of them performing decently without having the ability to represent one of them clearly on top of the other. This is something the markets are having most of the time. There's no ability, clearly speaking, that would worth the risk from you to trade, because the fight is so close, it's so even, and it's so lack of dominance. But during these times, things have changed, which is why at some point, even during the rallies, at some point, it is no longer worth for another 2%, 3%, 5% to risk 50. Do you know why? Because if the market decides to come back, you're not going to give up most of the time. You will wish to have whatever you had yesterday in your hands and you have not closed. So you enter in a very psychological, emotional type of trading, which will go in a snowball effect, taking all your profits sooner or later. I've been working with more than 300 students in my one-on-one coaching program, and I've been seeing the most popular mistakes, issues, and problems people have in their trading careers. So we need to be, exactly on the point with that. This is where Avalanche is sitting at the moment, between 20 to 22. Be careful. Resistance is appearing. It is a major supply zone, and it will trigger a great force. What's happening above that? Well, in order to talk about levels above, I need something else. I need a tiny breakout above the supply zone, which means above 22, a tiny breakout, which would not cross 25. And I need a pullback. This is mandatory. So after my pullback, I need a positive reaction on the confirmation of the breakout. So breakouts can be confirmed or unconfirmed, which are fake outs if they're not confirmed. If they're confirmed, that's something else. The market can break out in a temporary structure and then pull back in a very aggressive form. This is possible, guys. The breakouts needs to be fueled by something. You cannot have, without retracements, periods of growth before a major breakout and still hope that is going to continue out of nowhere because this is what you wish. Things are not looking like that most of the time. If you're looking at the crypto space, it is about up and down and domination of both energies. It's never about a single energy. It's never about whatever you guys wish or whatever I wish by myself, it would happen. It's not like that, as we already know. So this is the point on the topic. Another thing that is important, we have not crossed as a golden cross the 50 days with the 200 days. 50 days moving average is the orange line, you see, and the 200 days is the blue one, right? So we have not crossed with the orange, the blue one at all yet, which is something that never happened with Avalanche in the past, 2 years in a positive manner. So, a pullback, a market continuation, a pullback, a little zigzag out there will make 200 days get closer with 50 days. And then another rally would actually trigger the golden breakout of this specific ratios. Now, moving averages are something that are called, decent indicators. They're not sophisticated, comprehensive at all. And next to those, there must be another very comprehensive structure of conjunctions to be trading, right? So that's something else. Great. So this is where we are with Avalanche for the December 2023. It's just about right to the corner out there. We're gonna make sure we are properly informed about a picture. You are not supposed to be surprised if the market decides to retrace. There's levels that are supposed to hold, and there will levels that the market is going to test again lower. For those of you that missed entries, for those of you that are afraid to exit not to miss future profits, for those of you that hope the market is going straight to $100 from here, I'm suggesting that education is much more important than hoping and trading, because this is not a type of activity that we used to call best of luck. Go with that, ride a horse, and hope you're going to hit that. Hit and ride, hit and run. It is not working like that, guys. Things got to be done properly. For those of you interested to become serious about a thing, make sure to check out my one-on-one coaching program directly with me between 4 to 6 weeks intensively, where I'm coaching you live. I'll take you by hand and teach you how to be a trader from all perspectives possible. Free conversation of 15 minutes with me where I can explain you more right around our page for more details. And then our AI bot trading, complete trading done for you, where we basically trade for you for API trading permission, no commission upfront, no fees upfront, only after the profits have been made from the profits. Very simple. You see our performance, you see the details on the page, no fancy sales letter or stuff like that, it's not needed. It's done only for my community and close friends. Reach out to me, complete a form, and we talk to you soon. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button, and I talk to you very soon.